So I don't think anybody is too terribly surprised that Kaido has proven to be an absolute tank throughout Onigashima and the raid. You know, being a Yonko, land, sea, and air, so on and so forth. But with this being said, looking back recently, it's still rather impressive what he's been able to do, or at least what he's been able to withstand. So with that being said, we're going to take a look back through the manga and see all of the points that Kaido has taken damage so far throughout the raid and throughout Onigashima. Now, the first chunk of this is anime friendly, and when we get out of that chunk, I'll let everybody know, of course. So if you are anime only and you're here, feel free to stick around for a little bit. Getting into it, of course, we have to start with the 9 red scabbards absolutely jumping Kaido. This is literally what kicked the raid into high gear and got Kaido himself involved. And yeah, good job, boys. You got some swords in him, you did a little bit of damage. Can't take that away from you. Moving on from this, the next time we see Kaido take damage is up on the rooftop with the scabbards, and it's actually Kinemon's Foxfire style Flame Rend. At first, when I was thumbing through all the chapters, I didn't think this did damage. But then, I saw a little tiny panel down in the bottom right after the big pretty panel of Kinemon actually doing it. Moving on from this, we have Kaido absolutely getting demolished, even though it didn't really amount to anything, getting demolished for basically an entire chapter. This involves the Crimson Cat Dance, the Kappa-style River of Sea, the Canine Scourge, Fallen Snow Scythe, plus Slicing Rounds, the good old combo attack mixed in there. Then after all of this, the MVP of the Scabbards himself, Raizo, comes in and hits Kaido with his own blast breath. Yeah, that's not the last time that's going to happen to Kaido, and it's not the last time Raizo is going to have the spotlight during Onigashima. Still proud of you, buddy. Either way, this is not the end of Kaido getting attacked or getting just absolutely messed up in this chapter. We also have the Odin two-sword style Paradise Totsuka. Of course, who can forget about that? An absolutely legendary moment. Not just a legendary moment, however, a legendary attack, because this was actually able to send Kaido all the way to his back, all the way to the ground, even in his giant dragon form, completely laid out. Unfortunately, it just wasn't for very long, and he got right back up and decided to annihilate them because, I mean, obviously that doesn't make you very happy. So this is pretty much the last time the Scabbards were able to see, deal, do any damage on Kaido during the manga. Except for one tiny little stab from Denjiro. Yeah, when Kinemon was getting absolutely bludgeoned on the ground, Denjiro came in for one last tiny little moment, and, well, there you go. That was that. Anyway, the next time we see Kaido take damage will be in the famed, the fabled, Chapter 1000. Not Episode 1000, but Chapter 1000. Episode like 1015. Yeah, it's the good old Red Rock. How can you forget a completely new attack to start off Roof Piece? I don't know about you, but I did not expect Luffy to walk between two Yonko and then pull out a Red Hawk on steroids, and obviously Kaido wasn't either, but as will be the theme throughout the video, still not enough to keep him down. So, the next time we get a good, great, wonderful combo attack involving my boy Zoro and Killer. Yeah, we have the Beheading Claws and the Purgatory Onigiri. Now, this is one of the more questionable entries on the list, whether or not it really did damage. Like, they're attacking with blades, and they didn't even break the skin. Granted, we'll get to Scyther Sonic later, talking about not breaking the skin, still doing damage. Either way, this was not that. But, honestly, if you hit somebody in the throat and leave an indentation in their throat, I'm counting that as damage. Kaido takes 10 of those, he's gonna be sitting over there going, Lin, do you have a throat fruit? Sorry, a throat fruit? Nope, just the dragon fruit. Okay, that'll do. Yeah, I'm gonna go over here for a little bit, catch my breath. Come to think of it, that's gonna be kind of difficult right now. So yeah, definitely not the most devastating attack, but we'll count it as chip damage. Kind of like a video game. And talking about video games, Luffy, Kid, and Law all decided to start acting like they were part of a fighting game and start chaining attacks together like they're going for combos. Because we get a Kong gun into a Punk Vice into a Rocks from Law. Oh, okay, it was tacked with really big sharp rocks. But yeah, a Kong gun, Punk Vice, tacked combo all onto Kaido back to back to back. Pretty impressive. Yeah, you know the theme by now. He ain't going down. Next up, we basically have a repeat of what the Scabbards did in chapter 992 in chapter 1002, except this time it's of course with the worst generation. In this, we get a Kong Rifle, Slam Gibson, Gamma Knife, Scyther Sonic, Rhino Schneider, and a Kong Gatling to finish off the chapter and the episode in quite epic fashion. Yeah, this was an entire chapter of Kaido getting absolutely annihilated. This is also, at least at the time of recording, where the anime content ends, so if you do happen to be an anime only, you have been warned, you might want to get out now. Honestly, you really want to go. You do not want to be spoiled about all this stuff. Either way, now that that's out of the way and they're gone, we can keep talking about it, because now we got chapter 1003 with the first time my boy gets a solo shot on Kaido, and it is the Black Rope Dragon Twister. And honestly, Kaido kind of just got mad that Zoro was trying to have a dragon twister off, a dragon contest, with Kaido the Dragon, who uses wind tornado-esque attacks. Yeah, it kind of just made him mad. But it's going to be another 7 chapters before we see Kaido take damage again. But in chapter 1010, woo, did we get some doozies. We start off with an injection shot from Law, which was not one of the doozies admittedly, but trust me, after this, it goes way up from there. No disrespect to Law, injection shot is just not the most impressive thing. Honestly, the Gamma Knife was more impressive than the injection shot, and we've already talked about that. Either way, the doozies are the return of Ashura, 9 sword style, this time with the Dead Man's Game, an attack that left a scar on Kaido's body. By the words of Kaido himself, he said the scar, the wound, would stay with him. A legendary moment for all of us. Everybody loves to see the return of Ashura. It's an insanely awesome attack, not just for Zoro fans. You don't have to be a Zoro fanboy, which I admittedly am a pretty amicable one at that. You don't have to love Zoro to love Ashura. So that's obviously a good thing. And then it would not be right if Luffy, the main man of the show, did not take the spotlight with Advanced Conqueror's Haki. You know, the good old Conqueror coding 1-2. And the impact of this combo could be felt by everybody fandom-wide. Because Ashura may have been able to leave a scar on Kaido, but it couldn't put him on his back. Yet here comes Luffy with a quick 1-2 combo. And there goes Kaido. Straight to his back. A legendary moment for Luffy, an insane moment for everybody, and one we will not forget probably ever. But, of course, as the theme once again, not enough to keep Kaido down. Alright, the next entry I got on the list is Kinemon Legshank ? Chapter 1015. What am I... Okay, I know what I'm talking about. I know, here we go. So, this is definitely the most questionable entry, and one that definitely 100% does not deserve to be here. But you know what? Kinemon was showing a lot of guts. We're gonna give him a little bit of credit, and just say it left like a very minor bruise on Kaido's like shin calf area. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and we'll say it was like 0.000000001% of Kaido's maximum health. Still technically damage. Technically. Probably not. But moving on to some more substantial and credible accounts of damage that Kaido has taken, we finally get to Yamato versus Kaido. And the first time Yamato was able to do any damage was during a Thunder Bagua clash, in which she coded herself to protect herself from the clash, while being able to do a tiny little bit of damage onto Kaido. Getting a little blood dripping down. Good job, Yamato. We got something out of it. In the very next chapter, Yamato is able to land a hollowed Glacier Slash along with just a random old club to the face while she tells him to shut up. Unfortunately, that kind of angered Kaido, and that was the last time Yamato got to do anything, at least 1v1. But she does get one more shot off on Kaido when Momo and Luffy swoop in to team up with her, and she gets the White Serpent plus the Jet Culverin combo attack. Now, this is the last time Yamato will get to do damage, but Luffy's got plenty left to do, as I'm sure most of you guys are aware. So next up, we got a good old elephant gun from Luffy, nice and classic. Then we get a good combo attack involving Momo of all people. Yes, he told Momo to go bite Kaido, Momo went and bit him, and then Luffy came in to combo with a Conqueror's Coated Fist. Yeah, Luffy definitely did more damage than Momo there, but you really couldn't see Momo's teeth, so they had to be at least puncturing a little bit. And Kaido did have quite the reaction, even though he turned around and it basically seemed like he stubbed his toe. You do it, you get mad, and yeah, you realize you're not really that hurt. Still, we're going to put Momo on there as a combo attack with Luffy. There you go, buddy. You made it on the list. Either way, now it is solely and only Luffy from here on out. That's where all of this damage is going to come from. So considering we're down to just one opponent for Kaido, one person doing all the damage, and the events are getting more and more recent, we're going to kick this into high gear a little bit. Starting with the rock gun at the end of chapter 1036, I say that specifically because I actually kind of forgot about this. I remembered the rock Gatling, which we'll get to in a little bit, and the red rock, of course, how can you forget about that? But the rock gun, it actually kind of got lost there for me. Either way, after this, we get a general old kick to the face when Luffy was kind of mad that Kaido was drunk, even though Kaido was actually doing pretty good after he got drunk. That special sauce was, well, giving him some special sauce. He was giving Luffy the work until that kick to the face. Next, we have the rock Gatling that I was talking about versus the Kundali Dragon Swarm. This was a clash that at first didn't really seem like either of them were taking damage. It seemed like they were both just matching perfectly until shots start to make it through on both sides. So yeah, they both ended up taking damage from that clash. Next, we have a Conqueror's Coated kick to the stomach. Following this, we have a Gumu Gumu no Hydra, which lasted quite a while actually. Next, we get the Overkong gun, which if you haven't seen King of Lightning's video about the Overkong gun being one of the most underrated attacks so far, go check it out. It was a fun video, and yeah. Now after this, Kaido does not take any more damage until Luffy enters Gear 5th and pulls him back out of Onigashima. There was no damage between this Overkong gun and when Luffy tried to use it again and CP0 intervened, and Kaido ended up just knocking Luffy completely out, possibly killing him for a little bit. Yeah, that stuff was still weird. And I'm not gonna lie, now that we've gotten to Gear 5th, the entries have gotten a lot more vague. Probably because Luffy didn't use that many attack names while in Gear 5th, he was just doing weird-ass Looney Tune shit. So, with that being said, the first entry is Luffy treats Kaido like a toy. Yeah, I really don't know how else to explain this. Just grabbing him, pulling him out of Onigashima, swinging him around, slamming him into the ground. He looks like Hercules playing with two snakes. After this, Luffy proceeds to hit Kaido with his own blast breath by redirecting it back at him. Yeah, this is that other time that Kaido was getting hit with his own blast breath. First Raizo, now Luffy. Kaido really has to be a little bit more careful with those things, rather than just throwing them out willy-nilly all over the place just to get them sent back in his face. Granted, I'm sure it doesn't happen very often. These are probably 2 out of like max 4 times in his life that it's happened. But still, just saying. Either way, after this, Luffy then gives Kaido the baby treatment. Once again, that's the best I got to describe this. I don't know how else you want to put it. Yeah, sure, Gumu Gumu no balloon. That wasn't really going to describe how Luffy dealt damage. Either way, after this we proceed with the eyeball escape rocket. Yeah, I don't care if your body gets the properties of rubber or not. Luffy shoving his hands through your eyes, grabbing your nose, and yanking himself out your mouth. It's gonna cause at least a little bit of damage. Do we need to go back to the throat fruit? Lin, do you have a throat fruit? And next up on the list as we get closer and closer to the end, we have the giant jump rope. I don't care, that did at least a little bit of damage. Bare minimum, it was emasculating. Emotional damage! And 2, if somebody grabs your throat and your ass, I guess that's Kaido's ass now, I don't know, and swings you around like they're about to whip somebody with you like you're a towel, that's gonna hurt. I'm sorry, it at least bare minimum didn't feel good. Either way, it made it on the list. One that definitely did damage was the good old helicopter punch. Don't know what Luffy's gonna name that one. I don't think Luffy even knew what he was gonna name that one. Still probably doesn't know what he's gonna name that one. And was gonna be last but not least, but I didn't get this video out before last chapter, Habuta Bagada Boot. I'm not that far off. I promise you. I 100% promise you that was extremely close to the proper pronunciation. So I'll throw it up there for you guys while I say it again. Habuda Bagada Boofed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Luffy was trying to use, I guess, the Gear 5th variant of Gatling, because that's basically what this is. But Kaido was currently hitting him in the mouth while he was trying to say it. So it came out as Habuda Bagada Boofed. Told you I wasn't that far off. Either way, yeah, now that we've gotten to the climax of the Bajrang gun, I guess we can add that to the list as well. It would seem kind of weird not to at this point. Now, with this being said, this video is not about whether or not Kaido's staying down or getting back up. It's fine. It's very possible that he gets back up. Like I said, I was going to make this video before the Bajrang gun because I looked back and was like, man, this guy's taken a lot of damage so far and he is still up and going. So either way, that doesn't really matter. If he gets back up, we can retroactively add more stuff to this list. But looking back at it right now, even if Kaido does stay down, that was a ton of damage. This dude is an absolute tank. Like I said, Yonko, land, sea, and air. We expected this. But my god, hang on, I gotta run back through this real quick. Let's just do this in real time real fast. I'm gonna read everything just directly as is. 9 Red Stab, Foxfire Flame Rend, Crimson Cat Dance, Kappa Style River of Sea, Canine Scourge, Fallen Snow Scythe plus Slicing Rounds, His Own Blast Breath, Odin 2 Sword Style Paradise Totsuka, 4-man, Denjiro Stab to the Side, Red Rock, Onigiri plus Beheading Claws, Kong Gun plus Punk Vice, Rocks, Law, Kong Rifle, Slam Gibson, Gamma Knife, Scyther Sonic, Rhino Schneider, Kong Gun. End of the first page. Black Rope Dragon Twister, Injection Shot, Asura Deadman's Game, Conqueror's Coding 1-2, Kanemo Leg Shank, Yamato Bagua Clash, Hollowed Glacier Slash, Club to the Face, Yamato, White Serpent plus Jet Culverin, Elephant Gun, Momo Bite plus Conqueror's Punch, Rock Gun, end of 136, Kick to the Face, Rock Gatling versus Kundali Dragon Swarm, Conqueror's Kick to the Stomach, Hydra, Over Kong Gun, Luffy treats Kaido like a toy, His Own Blast Breath, again, Luffy gives Kaido the baby treatment, end of the second page, don't worry, there's not a whole lot on the third page. Eyeball Escape Rocket, Giant Jump Rope, Helicopter Punch, Habuda Bagada Boofed, say it with me, Habuda Bagada Boofed, and now, the Bajrang gun. Even if he doesn't get back up, that is an insane amount of damage. That is ridiculous, dude. How many named attacks are there? How many high-level named attacks are there? Jesus. The dude is a problem.